I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine. If you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. On first down, Thurman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action. Easley. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Jones on first down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Got a man open. It's Ross. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Here's Herbert. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. The turnover gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
To throw on second down, easily. He's got his big tight end, Fan. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road. And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll run on first down. Thurman, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down and 8.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. 31's the mark.
Looking to throw. Easily. And that is incomplete here.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
31's the mark. Cut.
Back to throw. Easily. flushed out right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is a beauty as that ball is going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Charger drive about to get going. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try the left side. Thurman. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after here coming up. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 7-7, our score after 1. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll try the air now with Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Here we go on 4th. Herbert sliding out of the pocket. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
The 71 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
56.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Jones.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On first down, Easley. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Looking to throw. Easley. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. The extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Got an open man at Schwartz.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
At the 33-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
On is the Chargers punter now. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This taken in at the goal line.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Herbert off of play action. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys. A great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A give to Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Herbert. A check down here to Jones. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing on 1st down. Easley. Flush to his right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly. Intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
On 1st down, Baker. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. It's Herbert. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 41 yards. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Easily. This is the tight end fan. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st and 10, Easley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Easley. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert rolling to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Jones. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
On second down now, it's Jones, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Operating from the gun, Whitmore. This will be caught. Judy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Escaping the pressure right.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and 10.
Looking to throw. Whitmore. Steps away to his left. 20! And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back back to throw again. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They'll try to run some clock now with Jones.
And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
146 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
First down carry by Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people